Gregory Franklin, your host, and this is, oh, oops. Greg Morris isn't with us tonight. The poor guy is sick. He has the flu, which means he didn't get his flu shot like I did, so he's sick and I'm not. Anyway, welcome to Street Level. This is a public forum show. For those of you who have seen the show before, you pretty much know what's going on here. You call me, we talk for a while, you hang up. It's really pretty simple. I think you can handle this. I know I can. Anyway, I will talk about some stuff that I have on my mind. I'm going to do an editorial, and I'll just kind of rant and rave about stuff. And you call me up, and if you're not interested in talking about the subject that I'm talking about, you can interrupt and change the subject anytime you want, because this program is primarily for you to get your yayas out and whatever you have on your mind. Anyway, tonight we're also going to do a trivia contest where you can win a fabulous prize, like the ones behind me, which I hope will show up on your screen very soon. One of those is a thinking cap or a kufi or whatever you want to call it that I made just for tonight's winner, whoever that is. I hope that's you. And the other is a cubic zirconia from the Lindenwald collection, which I think if you had it appraised would be somewhere around 35 cents. But you could win it. You really could, and I hope you do. Anyway, the trivia contest will ask you a question, and anybody who calls in can answer the trivia question if they want to. And tonight's trivia question is, are you paying attention? Okay, you want to get out your Collier's Encyclopedia and look this one up because it's a real easy one and somebody is going to make off with a prize tonight. The question is, almost everyone who was alive at the time knows that JFK was assassinated 30 years ago yesterday on November 22nd in Dallas. But few people remember on what day he was born. What was John Fitzgerald Kennedy's birthday? And you need to give me the year as well in order to win this one. So it's real easy. Just go to the encyclopedia right now and then call me up in a couple of minutes. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have going on? Oh yeah, Greg Morris had an editorial for tonight, but he's not here, so I'm taking over. Anyway, I have an editorial about JFK, so I will need figure 1 for part of this. And here's my ranting and raving for this evening. This past week, while reminiscing about the assassination of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy along with everyone else, I was struck with the sudden upsurge in propaganda about that fateful event in Dallas some 30 years ago yesterday. It seems that all of a sudden everyone in the media is falling all over each other, trying to make us believe that when all is said and done, Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in killing the president. Polls quoted in this week's Sunday Oregonian indicate that all of that rot is falling on deaf ears here in America. A full 77% of Americans polled believe that there was some sort of a conspiracy involved, and over 54%, according to a CBS poll, feel that our government is purposely covering up the truth about it. And I agree with those who are polled. 30 years and giant leaps in technology have failed to this day to answer some fundamental questions that remain about that assassination. CBS did a 2-hour special last week that carefully glossed over their own test of 6 world-class marksmen who tried to fire Oswald's weapon under carefully controlled circumstances to exactly duplicate the actual event. Only one of the 6 was able to accomplish it at all, and out of 12 tries, he was only able to do it once. No one to this day, including that same marksman, has been able to do it again. It also glossed over the magic bullet that supposedly passed through the president's head, Governor Connolly's shoulder, then his forearm, and finally his thigh, without losing any of its shape or any of its gun barrel markings. A miraculous feat for a single bullet that has never been duplicated ever at all. I was amused at how CBS lined up every eyewitness that testified that they saw or heard anything happen behind the fence at the grassy knoll and made innuendos about their mental fitness to determine fantasy from reality. These are fundamental questions about the event that remain unanswered, and as time goes by, we may be lulled into believing that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone if that message is pounded into our collective consciousness enough times, and maybe that's what the media is trying to do. To help us get over this whole conspiracy thing so that we can all get on with our lives and build new faith and trust in our government again. That will supposedly make everything better. I don't think so, unless of course we all want to be in a state of codependent denial together. When taken by itself, perhaps we could be talked into believing that there was no conspiracy involved in the assassination of President Kennedy. But that would require us to develop amnesia about the other 2 assassinations of leaders at about the same time who held similar political views. Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King were both vocally critical of the CIA and the FBI because of their lack of accountability to anyone for anything that they did. Bobby Kennedy in particular advocated dismantling the CIA just like his brother before him because he considered the organization out of control, and that was way back in the late 50s. I noticed an alarming similarity in the technique of quickly messing up the evidence so badly that nothing could ever be proven about the true nature of the crime that seemed to be the same in all three cases. And in all three cases, one lonely gunman was quickly rounded up and blamed for the crime, and then a whole slew of evidence to that effect magically started showing up, including historic allusions to mental illness, communism, and other criminal activity, cementing in the public's consciousness that these were seriously twisted individuals that were acting out some wild publicity fantasy, carefully deflecting attention from the only people who had any real motive to kill any of them. I believe, as apparently do 77% of Americans, that we will all get over this group of murders and have renewed faith in our government when our government begins to tell the truth and serve the interests of the people, and not 1 second before. All right, we have a phone call already? Great. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I know who this is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. How you doing, Paul?
I'm okay. I'm sitting here with a plate of food in front of me. I want to tell you I disagree. I think Kennedy killed himself. And
I'm listening.
And he's kind of like Elvis. You know, he's like I've seen him at a gas station, like pumping his own gas and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So.
And how did he look at 76?
It wasn't 76. It was like 92.
He's 92?
It was 92, not 76.
Chronologically, he would have been, what, 74 at that? 75 at that time. How did he look at 75?
30 years. Oh, he looks real good for, you know, like pumping his own gas.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you for that report.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was our former co-host Paul Blakey, and I told him that he couldn't say the D word, which is Denny's, and he didn't. And Paul, I'm grateful. Nice work, buddy. We have another caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Gregory, I thought the sign said you were going to talk about Kennedys tonight.
Huh?
No Kennedys, huh?
Oh.
What's the story, man?
I'm talking about Kennedys tonight. See, I'm the producer of the program.
Yeah.
I can break the rules, but you can't.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I thought we maybe might talk about a couple different subjects.
Sure.
What do you think about the new stalking law that was passed? You know, what's your feelings on that?
In general, I don't know specifically what that law is, but in general, I think it's really a good idea for there to be a stalking law, and I think anybody who's ever been stalked clearly understands. I mean, it's pretty terrifying. I was briefly for a couple of days, and I was in hysterics. I was in hysterics.
It's I imagine, you know, if you're on that side of the coin, it would be okay. Personally, my opinion is I think it's another feminist avenue to where eventually they're going to harass men with it. The law was basically designed for women, for the women's agenda, and the reason why I speak, unfortunately I speak from a little experience of these of the restraint order laws, which was part of the Domestic Violence Act of 1978.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the way the law is wrote, a woman can go in, or anybody can go in, but usually it's women, and sign a simple petition and have a person removed.
Aren't they required to have some sort of evidence that they're being stalked?
Well, all they have to do is go in there and raise the right hand before the judge and say that everything that they allege in this, it's just like fill in the form, type of thing. And that's part of the law, which was to make it readily available to people and easy like that. You basically check the boxes. Part of the law says that the violence had to occur within the last 6 months. And then they got other boxes. Were you intimate with this person, or have they? Do they want you to describe the abuse? And then they ask you if you were forced into involuntary sexual relations, and anyway, so it's kind of like you mark the box and go through the form.
Yeah.
And anyway, so then that's you go before the judge and you swear that it's true, and then it's rubber stamped and you have an order that goes out, and then regardless if you own a home with a person or if you're married, or whether maybe you might not even be living with a person, you can be excluded from your home and
Wow.
And from your family and or whatever.
Is that law in effect in Oregon?
Oh yeah, it has been since 1978.
Wow.
Now, my situation, it kind of gets weird because this person. Now, okay, the other side of the coin is that a person has a right to have a hearing, okay, which would be the respondent, which I was in this in this issue, and it's called a 21-day hearing, and that's part of the law too. It's written into the law, where you can request your hearing and go in and basically tell your side of the story, and then it's up to the judge to either modify the existing order.
What happens during the 21-day period?
Well, you're out.
Oh.
You're out, and if you violate the restraining order, you go to jail for 6 months.
Even if you live there?
Well, you're basically, if you don't have a place to go, you're either homeless or camping out on somebody's front porch or back porch or whatever.
That's pretty extreme.
Well, it is, and that's the reason why I think.
In your case, were you scaring this person?
No, in my particular case, I was basically just cohabitating with an ex-girlfriend, and we both owned the house together that we were living in. And every time that she wanted space, she would do this restraining order stuff. She, for 3 years that we were together, she did this 3 times, and eventually 3 times in 3 years, and eventually, well, this latest one, it was vacated. The judge basically told her that she was full of crap, and
it sounds like it to me.
Anyway, it was vacated. Unfortunately, during that time when I was excluded from my home, I hadn't been to my house in 2 weeks, and by the time I got back, my big screen TV was gone, and pictures off the wall, my leather couch, and this kind of stuff. So anyway, it's a vindictive tool. I agree that if there's a true abuse and it's been truly documented.
If it's documented, I think that should be a cornerstone of the program, and I'll tell you why. Because say if a woman files, say, a police report or possibly 2 or 3, that should be all that's required. Because if real violence is taking place, it will be known by that time. Okay. The unfortunate thing about that is 3 times might be 1 time too many. Because some women could get killed. This is a real touchy issue, and I'll tell you what. I am really glad that I don't have to make the decision about the specifics of how that works. But I would say that's a law that definitely should be changed, that the police should be called into the situation a certain amount of times before a restraining order like that can be put into effect, especially if someone is cohabitating at that address. I mean,
Now with the passing of this stalking law, we always hear the ugly situations where the girl I was down in Medford somewhere, Roseburg, where this guy was writing from prison, and it was a truly terrifying situation, not for the girl but for the family. I mean, so much so that I think they moved from the community. And these are we always hear the justifiable reasons, the good reasons for laws and laws like this. But I just wanted to let you know, and for the people watching the show tonight, that for all the good reasons, there's many bad reasons, and I don't know if it's happened already, but all I know is that I've been a victim of these restraining order abuse of the process is what we'll call it, okay, abuse of process, and that there's no avenue for a remedy of abuse of process.
well, you do get that hearing, though, don't you?
Well, yeah, but the judge can decide to continue the restraining order in its entirety.
That isn't what happened to you, though, right?
Well, not this time, not this last time, because I've been through this process not only with this girlfriend, but from prior girlfriends. This is a phenomenon that
Do we have a pattern here?
Yeah, there is an actual pattern. This has been happening to me since 1985. Now, I don't know if it's the kind of people I'm hanging around with, these girls, but anyway.
Or maybe you're scaring them.
Well,
have you hit any of them?
No.
You never hit any of them?
No, not. I used to be abusive in my very first relationship, and that was a mutual combative thing. But since then, I've matured and
good.
But, yeah.
Good.
But that's when I've learned about how these women use the system. Okay, and
it can be. I think I really do think that you should get some other girlfriend, you know, and I think that you should also really do a little bit deeper of an inventory of your part in that. Okay, something that you're doing is at least scaring these women, and you need to really get awareness about that.
I think you're getting the wrong point here. Okay,
huh?
The point I think you're trying to get you're getting the wrong impression maybe of my persona. I hope I'm not projecting that.
Okay.
Well,
you told me that it happened over and over again, and that's entirely the basis for that
aside
comment.
from me maybe scaring these girls, maybe that could be part of the phenomenon of how women are abusing the system also.
Yeah,
okay?
I agree. I agree. And in that case, I think that maybe a completely different kind of woman should be next on your agenda.
I went from both sides of the spectrum here, The pendulum will swing, Anyway, so I don't know if anybody else is listening. Maybe they might want to have some more comments on this or expound a little bit farther. The stalking law, I just, I see.
Do you think it should be adjusted or eliminated?
Well, no. I don't know. I be quite honest with you, I don't really have a firm opinion on that, but I just see the same pattern for abuse, for vindictive women, or type of thing where it's going to be used against either former boyfriends or whatever.
Power struggles.
Right, exactly.
That's the center of all the difficulties in any personal relationship. Is if you have an unresolved power struggle going on, then the antagonism will continue until that's resolved. Somebody has to win that, okay?
Yeah.
Or some kind of arrangement has to be made so that different parts of the relationship are controlled by different people, Well, anyway, listen, caller, thank you so much for calling. We have another caller on the line. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
That's interesting stuff.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, this is Ben, and I'm calling from Portland, Oregon.
Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Not too bad tonight.
Did you want to try our trivia question today and win a prize?
What was the trivia question again? One more time.
Trivia question is written down here somewhere. I'll find it. Just a minute.
John F. Kennedy's birthday rather than his assassination date.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What is John? I would have to guess. Let's see. Elvis died on August 16th of '77. Kennedy died on the 22nd of November. How come we can't remember their birthdays? Yeah, we can remember when the day they died.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that an interesting thought?
So go to the
Okay. Well, let me take that guess then. I would have to say lovely day in May. I have no real guess.
Take a wild guess.
May. How about June 12th?
June 12th is not it.
No.
Nope. What did you have on your mind tonight?
Oh, I just wanted to. I just wanted to comment on this guy that just called here. That's the reason I called.
Good.
I was highly upset about a guy like that. He was talking about stalkers. Well, without him, we wouldn't have Sunday night movies on channel 4, 6, and 8. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. Come on now.
Well, I'm not trying to be.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not really sure that the whole situation is all his fault.
The guy's coming down hard time, and he's talking all kinds of things where he seems to know quite a bit about these types of things. Anyhow, it's Thanksgiving week. I called up to wish the viewers a merry week. I'm leaving town, thank God for that. Just a happy Thanksgiving for the entire cast and all that is all I wanted to really call for.
Well, thank you very much.
But I've been listening. Okay.
Hey, Gregory.
All right, thanks for calling.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi. that stalker. I mean, the guy who just spoke about stalking.
Yeah,
We disagree with his point of view completely.
I do.
No, we do here.
Oh,
Where we
well,
are
talk
right
to me
here.
about that.
Well, because he spoke about it's a tool for women. Okay, the stalking law is like if somebody is harassing you, whether it's by phone, whether you think they're following you around or whatever, it says get away from me.
Yeah.
Okay. For people who live in the same house, there's another law. What is it? Restraining order.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take a few days, cool off, right? And like if you have your stuff in the place, then you get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean like you get a cop or whatever to get your stuff out, and then you make other arrangements. Okay, but we're not talking about jacking somebody up. We're talking about terrorizing. We're talking about terrorist type of activity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where
Well, you've got members of your family that you're concerned about.
yeah, where you do things that wreak havoc with somebody's mind, and as there was nothing to confront that type of terrorism prior to the law. Okay, now there is some protection for individuals, not women, but people.
People, I agree.
People. Okay, because I mean, there's programs where teenage women are stalking other teenage women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Men stalking men too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter, what the gender is or anything, but we're having a problem, and I think and I know we've argued about this before,
Mm-hmm.
but what it comes down to is assuming the responsibility for what you yourself do. If you know you're in an abusive relationship, end it. Get your restraining order, okay, and be done with it. If you're not, if you, and then like you said, a power struggle, okay. I'm going to show this dude. I'm going to show this person, that they can't do this to me. I'm the one in control, okay. So you push it as far as you can, okay. Whether it's throw them in jail for stalking, or a restraining order, just to show them that they can't. Well, what did the guy say? He was with that woman for 3 years, and they had 3 restraining orders. I mean, either it's a power struggle or he has a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one or the other.
I think it's a combination of the two, okay? It's very possible that this particular guy, this particular caller, just latched on to 3 women that have the same personality type that's really manipulative and abusive. Possibly, okay?
Okay,
It's probably more likely that it was a combination of these 2 people that caused the explosions that made all this, that put all this stuff into motion.
Okay,
But he said he never hit her.
No, I agree. Okay, I agree. I know. I'm not saying that he is or isn't, or they are or not. Okay, but the thing is, okay, we as people do not, or Americans especially, do not assume enough responsibility for our own acts. Okay, and try to correct the mistakes we make. I mean, we like to point fingers at other people, government agencies, and
Mm-hmm.
and teachers and parents and so forth and so on. And in the end, I feel that we will pay for it, and of course, we're going to end up pointing fingers at. I can point a finger at you.
Make sure you let someone else call in tonight, Paul.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you want to take a try at our trivia question?
Yeah, November 7th, 1931.
JFK's birthday?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. I really wanted to give you a prize too, Paul.
Huh?
I really wanted to give you a prize, man.
Well, well, we're saddened,
Let someone else
we're destroyed. Yeah, we're gonna, let somebody else try and, win one of your hats or,
Okay.
or zirconium. Yeah, give away zirconium.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye. Anyway, if we have callers waiting, I'd like you to stand by for just a second. We're going to do a roll-in right now. And the reason why we're doing a roll-in about roll-ins, and the reason is because you haven't been sending me your videos like I asked you to do last week and the week before. So what I need y'all to do is pay very close attention to this little video that's coming up on your screen in like seconds. I'm psychic. I know these things. It's going to happen right before your very eyes. I am psychic. I'm desperate for I
Oh,
am. videos. One of the things that we do on the show, in addition to it being an open forum where people can just call in and give us their opinion, I'd like you to get in front of your video camera and give me 5 minutes of your best. If you just have an opinion that you'd like Portland to know about, or maybe you're an actor or a comedian or a singer or any kind of talent that you have, send it to us. And if I don't think I'll get arrested for it, well, I'll put it on the air, I promise. Anyway, your instructions will come up on the screen and I'll read them to you so that you can see all this. Videos can be on any subject but must be on VHS format no longer than 5 minutes in length. Videos cannot be returned without packaging and proper postage included. So that means that if you send us a video and you want a copy of the video back, you have to include postage and a package for us to send it back to you in, and otherwise we'll just keep the tape and play it on the air over and over and over again. Anyway, here's where to send those tapes. Street Level, care of Little Brother Productions, 1827 Northeast Broadway, Suite 4, Portland, Oregon, 97232. Now I'm going to repeat that because I know that you're running for a pencil right now. Either that or you could just push the record button on your VCR, hoping that it's already set up. Anyway, that address again is Street Level, care of Little Brother Productions, 1827 Northeast Broadway, Suite 4, Portland, Oregon, 97232. Anyway, once you have done that, and you have that 5-minute video prepared, all you have to do is send it in to us and sit back and watch Street Level every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. on Channel 33, or you can watch the replays. They are on Friday night at 10 o'clock on Channel 27, or Monday nights at 10 o'clock on Channel 11. Anyway, join us for Street Level, and thank you. All right. We don't have a caller? Okay. Let's put up the phone number so our viewers know what number to call. And we've had a pretty interesting show so far, although it wasn't what I had in mind. I was hoping people were going to call up and talk about the Kennedys, but that's cool. Let me have figure 2 show you a sad face in the news today. Bob Packwood is back in the news, and personally, I couldn't be happier. He, the more trouble that he gets into, the better I feel, actually, because I think he's a sleazebag. Anyway, what happened on Friday is that I guess he was about to resign. I guess he was on his way into the Senate chambers to deliver this resignation when he was served with a subpoena from the Justice Department about certain things that are contained in this diary of his, alluding to possible criminal activity. And so he's pretty much ruined as a politician. But he's staying in office evidently because it's easier to defend yourself against the Justice Department if you're a senator as opposed to an American citizen. So I guess he understands that he's in pretty deep water. And I really don't have a whole lot of sympathy for him, to tell you the truth. He put himself in this situation, first of all, by not being honest and open. I remember the first press conference that he held in Washington and talked about the allegations of sexual misconduct around these women, and he was very apologetic, and he said that, you know, there was no excuse for this and that he was just like really, really sorry, but he refused to answer any questions about what he was sorry for, and I found that to be really sleazy. I didn't like that. Anyway, he looks real bad in the state of Oregon right now. Oh, but before we do that, I got a couple of Packwood jokes that people on my crew have been telling me, and I just have to do this. The first one is Bob Packwood and George Bush and Dan Quayle standing in the hall in the Emerald City. They went to see the Wizard. And George Bush says, you know, during this last presidential campaign, I was portrayed as a pretty heartless guy. If you have a heart in that bag, I could really use one. So the Wizard of Oz goes, poof, you have a heart. Dan Quayle steps up and he says, well, in this last election campaign, I was portrayed as being kind of dim-witted. If you have a brain in that bag there, I'd really like that. And the Wizard of Oz goes, poof, you have a brain. And Bob Packwood steps up and goes, hey, Wiz, man, is Dorothy still around? There's more. There's more. Okay. This one, another member of the crew told me a long time ago. I think this one is great. You have the Titanic is sinking. You have Bill Clinton and Rush Limbaugh. I'm glad Greg's not here tonight. Rush Limbaugh and Bob Packwood, and the Titanic is going down. Bill Clinton stands up and says, "Save the women and children first." Rush Limbaugh says, "Screw the women and children." Bob Packwood goes, "Gosh, you think we have time?" So, call the number on your screen and tell me some more jokes. Anyway. You can put up figure 4. Figure 4. Here's another one that appeared in Willamette Week. Evidently somebody doctored a billboard for a special export. I guess that's Weinhard's Ale. If I could see that far, it would be great. But anyway, it says, "Packwood, you suck. Resign." Actually, the reason why I'm so upset about this is because I really do believe that Oregon is the kind of state that deserves representation by people who have some sort of code of ethics, because I really do think that that's the Oregon tradition. You know, maybe you disagree, but we'll see. Anyway, recent polls on Packwood say that things are looking really bad for him in the state of Oregon at the moment. This Oregonian poll on Packwood, the question was asked of Oregonians, do you have a very favorable, somewhat favorable, neutral, somewhat unfavorable, or very unfavorable impression of Bob Packwood? And this is right around the time that, just before the subpoena was handed to him. Anyway, 8% in October had a very favorable opinion, and 8% in November did. Somewhat favorable opinion. 17% in October had a favorable opinion, and 8% in November. Wow, that's pretty serious. Anyway, those who were neutral, didn't have one opinion or another, was 17% in October and 14% in November. It looks like more people are making opinions. Somewhat unfavorable, 22% in October, 15% in November. Very unfavorable, 33% in October, 52% in November. And that was the figure that I got when I was talking about Bob Packwood's tape that portrayed people in the state of Oregon as radical fanatics who wanted him removed from office. And that was 52% of the Oregon voters, according to this poll. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'd like to say that you suck, man.
I suck?
Yeah.
You can go into detail about that if you... Why?
Why is all y'all people always trying to talk about somebody else?
Talk about someone else?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about Packwood.
Because Oregonians ain't nothing but goofy people themselves.
Goosey people?
Goofy.
Goofy. Okay. Oregonians, I guess according to this guy, are goofy. I'm just wasting time here, y'all. The phone number on the screen is for you, okay? Anyway, what I did is I divided these into who had favorable opinions to varying degrees and who had unfavorable opinions to varying degrees. 25% of the people polled had a favorable impression of Bob Packwood, and 55% had a negative impression. Anyway, another question that came up in the poll: would you say that Bob Packwood is doing an excellent, pretty good job, or not too good, or poor job as a United States Senator? This was real interesting. There is a caller? Okay, caller, go ahead.
Hi there.
Hi.
Goosey?
Goofy.
Yeah. What's this Packwood stuff you're talking about?
Did you hear the jokes?
No.
You didn't hear the jokes?
No.
Well, I'm not going to tell them again. You're just catch the replay. They were good ones. They were good ones. The replay will be on Friday on Channel 27 at 10 p.m. and Monday on Channel 11 at 10 p.m.
Will I be on?
Do you have an opinion about Packwood you want to share with us?
Me?
Yeah.
And Packwood? The guy's a slime.
He's a slime?
Pig. He doesn't, I mean, you know, he waited till the last minute to resign. And when he did, when he was about to resign, he was trying to collect a paycheck from us.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should pay him nothing else. I think when all this came up, they should have suspended everything, his paycheck and everything, and found out about every damn thing he ever did. And do you know something? When he talks about his diaries being private, what they've always, if you are in, if they think that, if they suspect that that you have done something criminal, felony. They come in your house. They can go through anything. All your papers are nothing is private. Okay, and Packwood's saying that his stuff is private because it will involve somebody else.
Evidently, the senators have a different set of laws that they have to obey, or something. The Constitution says that the Senate can pretty much take care of its own business and chastise its own members. The thing that I think is weird about those diaries, though, is that he was the one who brought up the whole issue of the diaries. Okay, and he was the one that said, I will give you pages of my diary to support the fact that I'm telling you the truth, that I'm not a bad guy and these things didn't occur. So he started handing over these diaries, okay? The committee is looking through these diaries, and they find some possible, some writings that lead to the possibility of there being some criminal activity. All of a sudden, Bob Packwood says, well, these diaries are private. You can't have them. And I'm going, this is the way he's handled that whole situation, starting way back from his position on Measure 9 with that whole thing with Lon Mabon. I think we talked about that before, where he pulled a really fast one on Lon Mabon by telling him that he supported Measure 9 up until the last day that Lon Mabon could have run another candidate against him, in which case he surely would have lost the election. And he pretty much knew that. And so the very next day, when it was no longer possible for more candidates to be added to the ballot, he came out against Measure 9 while Lon Mabon was standing right there. I mean, that was kind of good and bad for me. I mean, I thought it was wonderful that he stuck Lon Mabon, but it said a lot about the character of the guy, And I think we've known about that a long time ago. Well, the whole thing about him stealing the election, starting with that. I think part of the problem with him is that he hired Elaine Franklin, and I think she has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff. The first mistake was listening to her.
No, I have to disagree with that. I don't think Elaine Franklin created Bob Packwood's problems, okay? She did not pinch anybody. He did, in the first place.
No, I mean how he handled this whole thing. If he would have told the truth to begin with, I think that he would still be the senator and he wouldn't be in the situation he's in.
Okay,
but he wasn't willing to be honest.
The same person who refused to make a stand on what, Measure 9 you said originally?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Measure 9? We're talking about the same individual who refused to take a stance, and you think Elaine Franklin had anything to do with that mindset? The man is a pig. Okay, he has.
You're
the
preaching
morals.
to the choir here.
Okay, wait. Don't let me insult pigs. Okay, the man is a slime. I don't really know what to call him. Okay, except he's done some really incredibly dishonorably things. He's been very dishonorable, and if the Senate has different laws for them as they do for us, first of all, that's wrong. We pay them. They are our servants. We pay them. And with this in mind, okay, they need to understand what our rules are and follow them.
I agree.
They do not make rules for us. We make the rules for them. Mm-hmm. That is the way it will be. That is the way it will be. Now, I feel Packwood has done nothing but feather his own nest. And right now, I think one of those feathers is sticking up his butt.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think so too.
Okay, hold on. A friend of mine here has a trivia question for you. Here he is.
Okay. Hi, you there?
Yeah, right here.
Do you want to answer the trivia question?
Yeah, just a trivia question coming right back at you. Actually, in the same tone that yours was earlier. I was curious if you knew from where the Kennedys hold their residence.
Kennedys hold their residence in Hyannisport, Maine.
Very well done.
All right.
Very well done. And how many kids? How many kids do they have?
Oh, 11?
9.
9?
9.
Okay, I was wrong.
11's good though.
Did you want to take a try at our? Do you want to take a try at our trivia question? JFK's birthday. Take a guess.
Oh, I still haven't gotten that one, have I? How about all I can wish for is the middle of May.
Middle of May?
Middle of May. How about May 17th?
Nope. Close.
Not even close?
Pretty close.
Really?
Pretty close.
May 12th.
Bye. I believe we have another caller waiting. Do we?
Hi.
Yeah, come on
Yeah,
in.
I just have one comment to make, and that's I think that we should have Bob Packwood resign and immediately nominate Gail Shibley as our new senator.
Hey.
How does that sound?
You get no, don't hang up. Are you still there?
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Do you want to take a try at our trivia contest?
sure.
Okay. What was JFK's birthday?
May 17th.
Nope. Close. Close.
Okay.
So Gail Shibley, huh?
Gail Shibley, you
Why?
betcha. I think she totally represents the state of Oregon.
Uh-huh. Do you think she's honest?
I think she's extremely honest.
I do too.
I like what she stands for, and
She's a capable legislator too.
very. I think she's much more capable than just being a state representative by far.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's
And
my
I think
opinion.
she really does understand the concept of inclusivity when it relates to everyone. I really think she does.
I know, and I believe that her just her involvement with the community and everything is just it's outstanding.
Uh-huh.
And I get letters I'm in her district, and I get letters from her all the time, just very concerned, and she's great. And I totally agree that Bob Packwood's a pig. And it was his idea
Now,
to bring
part
up.
of the reason why you like Gail Shibley is because the woman is fine, right?
She is definitely fine. and
She can't
I'm
help it,
sorry,
she's
but
fine, okay?
I'd like to just have her as my state senator just to look at her more often.
Really? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a lot shorter trip from here to Salem than it is from here to Washington, D.C.
Exactly.
On that bicycle.
Well, I'd rather have her picture on the front of the paper than Bob Packwood's every day. I'm
Any
getting
day.
sick of his face.
Any day.
You betcha. I'm #1 Gail Shibley fan club member right here.
All right.
You betcha.
All right.
So,
Listen, thanks for calling.
you bet.
All right, have a good night.
Take it easy.
All right.
Bye.
We have another caller, I believe. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. I have a. If there are any producers out there, I have a suggestion for a TV series.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember her first name, but the Babbitt lady who cut off her husband's.
Accoutrements?
Thank you. Why don't we give her her own television series, and each week she would find somebody, hunt them down, and yeah. And I think for the first show,
Uh-huh.
it should be Bob Packwood. Let's just give this lady her own weekly series, and if we have to,
I
thank you.
like this audience,
Thank you
man.
very
I
much.
really do.
If we have to, maybe her series could be daily, because there's enough scum
Wow.
pigs.
I mean, do
guys
you
that-
think there really are that many men that are like that we
No,
could
no,
we could
no,
keep
no.
a series going every day?
First of all, let me disagree with you.
Huh?
Let me disagree with you. Bob Packwood is not a man. That Babbitt guy, her husband, is
Yeah.
not a man. So please don't put them in the same category as
Okay.
we're in, okay?
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, and you seem like you're a little uncomfortable every time I mention that lady's name, too. I could.
The very thought, man.
I know.
The very thought. I really am glad that I have a lot of women friends and I know how to respect them,
See, that's the thing. You treat people like you want to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
And if that guy wants to be raped, that's fine. If Bob Packwood wants his butt to be pinched, then, But no, instead, I think we should give this lady her own series, and each week let's just swing around, and there's enough people out there that need to have some
Of course,
things
we'll
cut
have to
off.
put a disclaimer on the beginning of a program like that, I guess.
Yeah. You could be next, maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
That's it. You have a great show. I appreciate being
Wait,
able-
before you go.
Yes.
Did you want to take a stab at our trivia question?
Oh, no, actually, I don't know. But I have a comment, though, about a caller earlier who said, isn't it funny that we remember the day they died?
Yeah.
And then he gave Kennedy's birthday as June 12th.
Yeah.
Did anybody else find the irony in that? That's Marilyn Monroe's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that, so I didn't find
Kennedy?
that. That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. So, do I, win a free Babbitt knife or something? Just joking.
Listen, did you want to take a stab at it, though? We know it's pretty much in May. We've limited it down to that.
All I know is the year 1917.
Is 1917? Let's take a guess at the day. Just pull one out. May what?
May 20th.
Real close.
19th.
You lose.
18th.
Anyway, thanks for calling.
17th? Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye-bye. I think we have another caller waiting. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. I want to take a stab at that Packwood guy.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, any government official really ticks me off when they do something wrong and they get suspended with pay. Now, if you're going to do something, if you're going to screw up and do something wrong, why should you get paid for it? I don't. I had to suspend a guy the other day, and he gets 6 weeks without pay. So why should it be any different for them?
You know that there's you're really clear on the fact that there is a double standard of justice in this country.
Oh, you better believe it.
I talked about that last week. I think that it really does a lot to degenerate morality in this country when our kids see that if their parents are to commit a crime, they go to jail right now until it's determined that they're innocent.
Right.
Okay? Whereas people who have wealth and station in our country probably never see the inside of a jail, whether they're guilty or not. Okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, now kids are not stupid, okay? They're looking at this and they're going, now wait a minute, we're being taught moral ethics that do not apply to the real world.
Right.
Okay? And I think that that has a lot to do with, with the moral decay that is causing some of our children to become violent, okay?
Boy, I agree with you 100%. But it just, I don't, this thing with Packwood, I'm getting so sick and tired of it. And
don't you wish he would just go away?
Yeah, definitely.
I do too. It's time, Bob. Come on, man. Come on back home. You screwed up, man.
Yeah, why don't?
And there's really nothing you can do to dig yourself out of this hole. Just resign. Come home. Let's all get on with our lives here.
Come on home, and we'll put you out on a farm somewhere, and you can shovel the cow shit. And sounds good to me.
Somewhere where you can't do a whole lot of harm. Listen, caller, did you want to take a stab at our?
Oh, I'm gonna go with the 19th.
Nope. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Is there any other calls? Caller, you're on the air.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
The Kennedy birthday is either the 29th or 30th of May.
Which one are you guessing?
The 30th.
Sorry.
It's the 29th.
30th. The 30th was the closest we had to it yet.
The 31st. It's one of those because I know he's a Gemini.
No, one guess is all you get. Come on, let's be fair now. Let's be fair.
Marilyn Monroe is not the 12th.
Marilyn Monroe is not July 12th?
She's not June 12th. She's the 1st of June.
1st of June?
Yes.
Oh, so maybe that's why we didn't see the irony in that, huh?
Yes, the very 1st of June.
Did you have any other question or comment?
Well, yeah, I have a really bad joke.
Go ahead. We like bad jokes.
Okay, and I thought of this myself.
Okay.
You have husband problems? Just call Lorraine. She'll bob it. How do you like it?
I don't know if you can hear this, but our crew really liked that joke.
I got an applause. I love it. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, do we have another caller? I am having a great time tonight. You guys are really entertaining. I mean it. So the number's on your screen. Give us a call. Say something silly if you want. It's cool with me. There is a call? Great. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I know John F. Kennedy's birthday.
You do?
Yeah.
What is it?
May 25th.
May 25th?
Yeah.
That's incorrect. Sorry.
Okay.
Did you want to make a comment or anything?
No, thanks.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I can't believe you guys don't have encyclopedias in your home. Come on, just walk over to the shelf, pull out the K one, and look up JFK. I want somebody to go home with a prize today, man. Anyway, let me talk about. I talked with some people. You might have seen this in your Sunday paper. Let me put this up for y'all to see. Okay. This is an advertisement that appeared in your Sunday Oregonian. Okay. Oh, we do have a call? Okay, let me take that first. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello. I want to guess May 31st, 1917.
May 31st is incorrect, but you're pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty close. Thanks for calling.
Say, where's your friend tonight?
My friend, he's sick. He got the flu. He didn't get his flu shot like he was supposed to in October.
Is he a minister or something? Or?
I don't think so. I know that he is a Christian, and that's pretty important to him. He's also what is it? A ditto head? He likes Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, Rush scumbag. Yeah. Oh, okay. Then he must be a Christian.
He's
But
a good
they go
guy,
together.
man. I like Greg. He's a good guy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling. We have one more? Okay. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I think I'd like to guess the trivia question for tonight.
Go for it.
How about May the 29th? And I think he would have been 76 years old.
Okay. What would the year be?
Let's see, what year is it now? 1993 minus 76. Well, it would be 1917. No, wait a minute. Yeah, 17, I think.
Okay, you guess May 29th, 1917?
Oh, yeah, he would have been 76 years old. I know that. So
You got it, bud.
Huh?
That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, are you going for the hat or the cubic zirconia?
Oh, gee whiz, I got to have one of those colorful hats, man.
Hey.
That's cool.
Hey, don't hang up the phone. Make sure that we get your name and address so I can send that to you, okay?
Okay, now, would you still have time for comments here, too?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, since you were talking about the legislators and stuff, did you know that that there's some bills that the legislators are talking about right now, some House bills that concerning custodial parents, and it has to do with paying child support. And one of these bills has to do with if you happen to be carry a license, a professional license, that they will not renew your license if you happen to be.
Yeah, we talked about this on another show. I remember that.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody had called up, and I think they actually had the list of occupations where you could not get a license renewed if you had overdue child support payments.
Yeah, exactly. And part of the way that I'm just getting informed on this, that part of this list is it's not totally inclusive. It's kind of discriminatory.
And it also excludes a whole lot of occupations. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that.
And I don't know why, but beauticians, it takes a beautician's license. Why, I think it's another feminist thing, to be quite honest with you.
You called earlier today. You got a thing about feminism tonight, don't you?
Anyway, that's me, but I'm still a winner.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Anyway,
before we go, I got to wrap this up. You guys were fun tonight. Really, I had a good time. Anyway, this advertisement appeared in your Oregonian, and next week we're going to talk on the telephone with some people from Self Enhancement Incorporated. And they are an organization in northeast Portland. They have their offices right near my home. And they are actually doing something about some of the major problems about self-esteem in the at-risk youth population for North and Northeast Portland. It's called Self Enhancement Incorporated. And we're going to talk to some of the representatives next week live on the air. So please show up for that. And I think that's going to be exciting. I think the guy who we're going to talk to is Tony Hobson or Marshall somebody or other. Anyway, we're going to talk to them live next week, and it'll probably be real early in the show. And that will be 8 o'clock on Channel 33 next Tuesday. So I want you to be there. Anyway, if you want to watch this show, we got one more call? Okay, let's see. Very briefly, caller, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Very brief comment.
Hi, I like your show, and my name is James, and...
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
All right. Hi, James. Thanks for watching. Anyway, if you want to watch a replay of this show, you can watch that on Friday at 10 p.m. on Channel 27. Also on Monday at 10 p.m. on Channel 11. And as I said, next week we will be talking with some people from Self Enhancement Incorporated. And please be there for that. And let's see. We did give away the prize tonight, too. That's great. Anyway, thank you, callers, for making this show so interesting. I had a really great time. And you guys were very entertaining, man. Keep it up. I want to see you here next Tuesday, 8 p.m., Channel 33. God bless you all. Good night.